This is David Wheaton. The following is a short take from the Christian Worldview radio program. You can hear the full program at thechristianworldview.org. So this is coming up very soon. Tell us what you know about this UN Palestine summit.
The negotiation of Palestinian statehood with the Israelis was codified in the Oslo Accords. Those Oslo Accords have never produced any fruit because of Palestinian refusal to make any concessions on the land. And so what is going on now with this UN summit is basically an attempt to create a reality of a Palestinian state apart from the Oslo negotiating framework. This might be why the Saudi Arabians were not willing to join the Abraham Accords right now, because they're sponsoring this conference in June. It's going to be held at the UN headquarters in New York City. And maybe perhaps if something comes out of that conference, that then is when the Saudis will be satisfied that a sufficient progress is made towards a Palestinian state. You know, I've mentioned in this radio program, in past programs, that I believe these Abraham Accords, if we are living in the end times, we're like close to the rapture, I'm convinced that these Abraham Accords are the framework that the Antichrist is going to sign with Israel. It'll be confirming, according to Daniel chapter 9, the Antichrist will confirm or sign some kind of a peace treaty with Israel that allows the Jews to build a temple on the Temple Mount and resume the sacrificial system. And so, you know, that signing of that peace treaty is what really begins the clock ticking on the 7-year tribulation period. I think this is very significant. We're seeing if really we are living in the end times, if our generation is the last generation, what's being negotiated or what will be negotiated in New York is really creating the legal basis for Palestinian statehood. And so this is a very big deal in my mind. There's really a global anti-Semitism since the October 7, 2003 Hamas massacres. It seems like the whole world is opposed to Israel sort of defending itself from these Hamas terrorists. And so Israel, which was a victim of this attack, is now accused of being the perpetrator of a genocide of Palestinians. And this has created, particularly here in Europe, has created like a, you know, mass public support for Palestinian statehood. Spain, France, United Kingdom, Germany to some extent. So I think what we will see in June in New York City is really a historic movement towards Palestinian statehood. I hope I'm wrong. There could always be the United States, you know, using its veto power to prevent anything like this from actually becoming reality in international law. But when we see this, you know, the Bible is very clear that Israel is going to be at the center of world geopolitics during the last 7 years of the tribulation. Everything, all of the world's attention is going to be focused on Jerusalem and on Israel. And we're seeing now the whole world is obsessed with Israel. Russia invades Ukraine. There are no protests here in Europe, in the United States. You have the thing with the Iranian nuclear program. There are no protests. It's very hard to understand the obsession that European and Western publics have with Israel, this anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, this movement towards the Abraham Accords, particularly the summit in New York coming up in June. I think it's between the 17th and the 20th of June. These are stage setting, to my mind, for the end times.
This has been a short take from the Christian Worldview radio program. To hear the full program and connect with this nonprofit radio ministry, go to thechristianworldview.org. I'm David Wheaton.